Guess what? It's January 31st and we did it. Hello, friends. If you're new to my channel, my name is Chelsea. I go by Run Carnivore Run because that's what I do. And for the month of January, I have been on the lion diet, going from a carnivore diet to just beef only, beef, salt and water, and coffee. And my husband Scott has gone from a regular diet to a carnivore diet for the month of January, and we survived and lived to tell the tale. So we're here to talk to you. Now, the last time we checked in was, I believe, the 15th, midway through this challenge. We started at the beginning, we checked in the middle. Now, in an ideal world, I wanted to do a once a week check-in, but I think it got a little redundant. So I thought beginning, middle, and end was perfect. So here we are. I will say that my experience the last week and a half or so, especially of this challenge, has been eye-opening. It has possibly changed the entire trajectory of my life. So I'm excited to share my findings with you. But I want to start with Scott here. I want to talk to him about how he feels, where he's going to go moving forward, what he's going to take from this challenge moving forward, everything, the whole skinny. So let's talk to Scott about how he's doing. Scott, how do you feel physically first, and then how do you feel emotionally second? Physically, go.
Good. I feel good. I feel pretty healthy.
Okay. And you've lost some weight. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I lost like around 15 pounds.
Wow. So he lost some weight. Um, how would you say you feel mentally and emotionally from doing this challenge for a month?
Good. I feel more in control of what I eat. Um, no, good. More mindful of what I'm eating.
Okay. And going forward, what do you think well, did you like the diet overall? Did you like it? Is it something that you could see as a lifestyle, or what did you like or dislike about the diet?
I thought it was pretty good. I ate mostly cheese and chicken and eggs, but I mean, I liked it. It was good. You made wonderful foods every day for
Aw.
me. It was very nice. Um, it saved money, I think, definitely opposed to what I normally would eat. Um, Especially not buying coffee out every day, so that's a good thing.
Yep. And back to the saving money point, I will say since we've both been on this, we have been eating out tons less. Like I can count on one hand how many times like we've gone out, and when we go out, we don't eat. Like we don't actually eat anything. We've had coffee. Um, I will say, I guess it's socially restrictive though, because we don't really eat anything when we go out. Mostly if we've gone out, it's just for the kids, pretty much. And that's fine. Um, so what will you take from this diet going forward? Because tomorrow is February 1st. You are no longer on the carnivore challenge. You are not restricted or held back, or there's no rules. You're back to whatever you want to do. And we are going to a Brazilian steakhouse, which I'm excited about because I want to go there too. But what do you think you're going to take going forward? How do you feel like you're going to eat?
Hopefully pretty similar. I probably will eat vegetables and things, but in moderation, small amount. Try to keep carbs low,
Hmm.
eat healthier, less processed foods, things like that.
Okay, that's really good. Is there anything else you want to add about this diet, how it's made you feel, what your thoughts are? If there's anybody else who's maybe contemplating starting it, um, do you have any recommendations? What can you add to help them on their journey?
It was interesting. It was a good way to start, having a more restricted diet, I suppose. So I'm probably gonna do like a more keto style diet from now on. But it was easy to start with a more strict diet and then go to a more lax maybe. Well, we'll see how it goes, but
Okay. A lot of people think that of carnivore as like a weight loss diet, and you certainly, if you go from like a regular diet to a carnivore diet, you're probably going to lose weight. But it can be a whole lifestyle change, not just like a weight loss diet, and it can really get you in tune with your body and your habits. So that's really exciting.
uh,
Um, so. Let me go. I will tell you how I'm doing, okay? So I went from a carnivore diet, like all meats and some dairy, to a lion diet, all beef diet. Now, I will tell you, it wasn't a huge jump for me, and I thought that I was just gonna skate through this challenge. Boy, Third week in, things changed. Probably 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks in, things changed. So I started thinking about February's challenge and what I wanted to do next. So I wanted to get a jump start on that. And I went from just doing, running on occasion and stuff like that and doing the lion diet to going into intermittent fasting, which was a goal of mine, 1 meal a day and running every day. Now, there have been a couple days where I didn't run because I wasn't in February yet and I didn't have to do that challenge. So I definitely gave myself some rest days. But boy, that it changed my life. What started to happen was this. First of all, I started to actually enjoy intermittent fasting, and that is something that I will take with me into going forward in my life. I am a quantity eater, and I think that my problem was before I did this challenge, and one of the reasons I did it is because I was quantity eating butter and a lot of things that normally I wouldn't go for, and it was making me feel like my eating wasn't ordered. It was just chaos and not really thinking about it. So I really wanted this to discipline me. It is, for me, it was very, very restrictive. I didn't feel it because I do enjoy beef. I love meat. I didn't feel it until like 3.5 weeks in. And that's when I hit the mark when I was doing the 1 meal a day and everything else. Because I'm a big quantity eater, doing 1 meal a day made me feel much better. I could just eat until I was full, and that was good. But then what started to happen was I was starting to really get bored of meat. It was starting to get a little monotonous. The flavor fatigue was like definitely kicking in, and I did my old tools. And what I would do is I would have a variety of meats on my plate so that I got a different textures, some different cooking techniques. I had cheap meats as well as grass-fed, grass hand massaged beef together. You know what I mean? So I mixed it up a little bit, but I was still just not feeling it. And what was happening was I was starting to eat past the point of full, like way past full. And I found myself doing that because I was physically full, but I was not satisfied. So I didn't realize how much having like eggs as a side and chicken as a side and just a variety of meats, how that actually helped me feel satisfied versus just full. So going forward into February, I will definitely be taking 1 meal a day. I will definitely not be just doing beef, the all beef diet. I was able to do it, I made it, but it actually was eye opening to me because I was starting to get miserable. Not only was I starting to just not feel satisfied, I was starting to finally feel, because people have said, like, oh, your diet's very restrictive and stuff. And for me, I hadn't felt that because it gave me freedom to live my life and enjoy myself and gave me that food freedom that I had found. I didn't feel restricted by it. But by doing this, I started to feel really restricted, and social situations became much more difficult for me. I started craving salads and resenting the fact that I wasn't eating pickles, which I haven't had in over a year. Things that I just hadn't thought about. It just got me thinking, should I just go off carnivore altogether? Should I just go to keto? Should I try adding all these foods that I'm craving and missing? And that's probably not the solution either. But the point was that it got me thinking and contemplating everything. And to the verge where I was like, I may go off carnivore. Like, because I felt restricted. And the thing is, my eating is ordered. I'm comfortable with the way that I eat. And I think a lot of the way that you approach things is mentality. So if you are restricting and, um, making all of these rules and the mentality behind it is fear and these things, I think that is incredibly unhealthy. So for me, when I have a limited diet, I feel in control of myself, I feel ordered, and I feel confident and comfortable and happy. Okay, so there's a different mentality. I was starting to feel on the lower end of that scale, and that's when our pastor actually did a sermon on this recently, and it's like you worship what you fear, or what you fear is what you worship. And that's kind of where I was like headed. I was like, I want all these things, but I can't have all these things. And that mentality was like, okay, something is not right. You need to regroup. You need to get yourself together because that is not an example I use like what I would want my children to do. That is not an example I want to lead for anybody or my children or on a YouTube channel ever. That's not something of integrity, and that's just no way to live your life. And my issues with food my whole life just creep back in. But that I was able to snap out of that very quickly. Not for Scott, because he heard me go through the mental gymnastics of making my decisions, the poor thing, but he's a good husband. I love him. But it helped me to figure out what I want and where I'm going. Now, this is what I'm going to do. And this brings me to February's challenge and what I'm going to take from this challenge into my future eating. My diet, I've seen a lot of carnivores, they have these recipes. They do chaffles sometimes, they do these like carnivore pizzas, they do all these like cool things that I just haven't branched into. One, because I'm the only carnivore in my house typically, usually, and I'm lazy and I just want to like make my meat and kind of like move on and make everybody else their thing. And so I really just kind of got out of cooking. Since Scott's been doing carnivore, I've kind of gotten back into cooking and I'm like more comfortable with trying to do these things for myself. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick with my one meal a day. I am going to eat a variety of meats. I am going to eat beef and chicken and bacon and eggs, and some pork. I'm doing that. I found that I can have cheese and be fine. I don't do any cream or any of that stuff. I haven't done that, and I don't plan to. It doesn't. I don't miss it. Um, but well, I hadn't done that. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my one meal a day. I'm going to run 6 days a week. I am going to give myself a rest day. And my going forward, which I never do, I'm always like all or nothing. I'm not doing that for February. No, no, no. What I'm going to do for February is I'm going to have my 6 days of running and my one meal a day. And Sunday, I'm going to make it a day for Jesus and cheeses. I'm going to, on Sunday, it's going to be my day to rest. I really enjoy going to church and coming home and just having family time and getting some stuff ready for the week. And that is going to be my day to try these carnivore recipes that I've been dying to try. There's like carnivore pizza and this loaded chicken salad. And I'm going to add the mayonnaise to the chicken salad and I'm going to add the cheese to the pizza. You know what I mean? And I'm going to thoroughly enjoy my life and my diet. My life in general, I have been most happy on a low carb and carnivore diet. That will be the basis forever for me, I think. I mean, who knows? I can't do extremes. It's not always all or nothing, but my health and happiness has usually had a carnivore or keto low carb diet. So that's staying. I don't think pickles will kill me. You know what I mean? I think that I'm to the point where because I use this and this has helped me heal my relationship with food, I feel ready to branch out into pickles and more exploratory recipes and feel that I have that sense of self and sense of peace within myself to enjoy those things sometimes. The one meal a day, I have found so many benefits to intermittent fasting. I've done it before, I've done it in the past, and I'm doing it now because, again, I'm a quantity eater. I enjoy um, having that one meal a day and I can just eat without feeling, you know what I mean, where I don't feel like I'm going to eat all day and picking and snacking. I don't want those insulin spikes all day. I'm learning a lot more about insulin spikes, by the way. It's exciting to me. So I'm actually most happy. I'm really comfortable with the intermittent fasting. So that I took from this challenge, and that has absolutely nothing to do with the lion diet, which is funniest because that's something that I'm taking with me. So February's challenge, and I'll do a separate video just outlining my fun little what I'm doing for my challenge. I'm going to do one meal a day. I'm going to run 6 days a week. Sunday is cheeses and Jesus, and I'm just going to see where it takes me and how it goes. At the end of February, I'm going to see how I feel. Physically, I will say I have lost weight. I do not weigh myself as a general rule. It's very sporadic. It's every few months because I found that to be a tool that's not super useful for me because I'm kind of like I stay. So it's never been something where I feel like I need to weigh myself because I'm comfortable without it. But my clothes have gotten baggier. I've definitely noticed and I've gone to the gym again too. So I feel tighter. My muscles are getting bigger. That's really exciting for me. So I will see at the end of I'm going to weigh myself at the beginning of February, and I'm going to weigh myself at the end of February, and then I probably won't weigh myself for months and months and months after. So I will report back on that. I did not weigh myself before this challenge started for January, so I have no idea how much I weigh. But tomorrow I will. Um, we are going to a Brazilian steakhouse where I am going to eat all the meat, and that is tomorrow, February 1st. This has been, I will conclude, I think that this challenge has been the most difficult challenge I've done in quite a while, the most eye-opening challenge that I've done in a while. The difficulty really brought on a lot of, it exposed all of the cracks in my mentality as far as food goes, and it helped solidify the everything I've worked for with a carnivore diet. February marks 2 years since I began my weight loss journey in general. Um, 14 months that I've been on carnivore. I have worked my butt off and I've worked really hard, and not just physically, a lot of mental work went into developing myself, and I'm really proud of myself. So I'm going to enjoy the heck out of February, and I'm going to enjoy continuing my health journey, and I'm going to continue enjoying my food journey because I finally feel comfortable and happy with food, and I'm excited about cooking. I'm really glad that he did this challenge with me because it made me cook, um, and it brought me joy. So this video is getting
Mm.
lengthy. Is there anything you'd like to add?
No?
Okay. All right. Well, friends, I will see you back in February. I'm posting a short later with everything I've eaten in the last 3 days. Spoiler alert, it's beef. So we'll see you guys soon. God bless you. Thank you for following along our journey. Please let me know how your Januaries went, and we'll talk to you later. Mwah.